It's my pleasure to welcome our partner MobiWork, who we've been working with for a little while. They are a leader in the solution of mobile workforce and offer what I would call a full-featured solution that's really modern, easy to use, cloud-hosted, and priced right for organizations of all size who have technicians or employees on the road servicing clients. Today, we're joined by Hervé Revert. And before I pass the baton up to Hervé, I'm going to mention a couple of things just for simplicity's sake. All attendees are muted so that we can get a clear recording. This session will be made available shortly later today. Please feel free to put any questions you have in the chat box and we'll address them at the end of the session. Et si vous avez le goût de nous envoyer des commentaires ou des questions en français, faites-le. Ça nous fera plaisir de répondre dans la belle langue de Molière. Now, the agenda is simple. We've spent a few minutes for an intro. I'm going to pass it on to Hervé, who's going to do a presentation and give us a demo of the tool. And we'll leave about 10 minutes in the end for Q&A. I want you to keep in mind that because of the breadth of the product, this presentation is going to be somehow generic. But keep in mind that MobiWorks has some very specific industry-based solutions in multiple different areas. I'm showing you a few there, but if you go to their website, you're going to get tons of information, videos, and resources of all kinds. So very easy to navigate, and I'll pass it on to Hervé.
Thank you so much, Michel. I really appreciate it. I'm going to share my screen, turn off the camera, so that the bandwidth will be better. So, good morning, everyone. Michel, thank you so much for the introduction. And for everyone who is attending today, I'm very happy that you joined us. And please let me know if the connection is not good. If you have a hard time hearing me, feel free to ask questions at any time. We'll have 10 minutes at the end for Q&A, but please don't hesitate. And I'm from France originally, so it's a pleasure for me to work with you guys today. And we can switch to French or English. We're going to stick to English, if you can bear my accent for a little while. So real quick, I'm from France originally. We are based in Florida, in Boca Raton, just north of Miami, about 30 minutes north of Miami. That's our headquarters. We are, as MobiWork, we are a software technology company. We are a pure software provider. We provide B2B solutions for any business with a mobile workforce. And by mobile workforce, we mean employees in the field on a regular basis. And that's the common denominator. So in terms of the history of the company, we'll go about the vision because it was very simple. We saw what the web did to any business 20, 25 years ago. It really transformed the way any business operates today. 10 years ago, we saw the smartphone coming to market. And for us, we saw a new technology that was disruptive and that would really transform the way any business with employees in the field would operate. And that's the approach we have taken. So we built a web-based and native applications running on smartphones solutions to try to cover all the needs that a company has when they have employees in the field. We'll give you more details about MobiWork later. We've been in business for over 10 years. We have quite some references. We have 5 US patents. This year, we have been recognized by CIO Review as the Field Services Company of the Year. So we're very proud of this. It's not easy, you know, like when you grow and being recognized in this space. So we're very happy to announce this. We talk about our software solutions. So MobiWork, it's one software platform which has capabilities and configuration capabilities which allow us to be able to target different verticals. Today, we're going to concentrate on the field services space, but I want you to keep in mind that for equipment management and asset management, we have solutions that are specifically configured for that space. We do the same in logistics, typically outside the four walls. Think of any driver that is picking up a package or parcel at a warehouse and that needs to deliver it to a customer. The concept of last mile delivery or direct store delivery, that's a perfect fit for what we do, as well as field sales and field marketing organization. As part of field services, which is really what I'm going to cover today, but again, feel free to come back to us after. The common denominator is very simple. If you have employees in the field, we have a software solution for you or your partners to really help you optimize your operations. In field services, we literally have deployment in all those verticals: air conditioning and heating, plumbing, electrical companies, pool, alarm and security companies, pest control, garage doors, home repair and installation, health services, audit and inspection, construction, any type of construction, whether it's a roofer, whether it's a window providers, whether it's a door provider. We really cover all those companies. Utilities as well. Think of gas provider or electrical companies. We have some interesting deployments in that space. Lawn care, property management, cleaning and sanitation. We cover a lot on the field services space. All of it with the same platform, but the concept is once you select a specific vertical, let's say I select here the air conditioning solution, you really have a solution that is configured specifically for that space, which brings features and capabilities dedicated to it. Going back to what our solutions are, we have a complete solution, meaning we're taking care of everybody who is involved in the organization. For the employees in the office, we provide a web-based platform, web, large screen, nice keyboard, mouse, very easy to manipulate. The web-based model is perfect. For the employees in the field and mobile workforce, what we do instead is we recommend smartphone as a platform, and we have native applications that are running on those smartphones. So we typically have two platforms, Android and Google. Android, I'm sorry, and with the Google platform, and Apple with the iOS platform as well. Keep in mind as well, for us, a smartphone is a regular smartphone, like a regular iPhone or Samsung. It could be a tablet, but we also do rugged devices. If you have specific requirements in terms of having a device that is a little bit stronger because you're operating in an environment that is a little bit harsh, or if you have the need for advanced and fast barcode scanning, there's some rugged devices out there that are available. For instance, MobiWork is a Zebra Global ISV Premier. In 4 years, we managed to reach the top level with Zebra. Zebra used to be Motorola Mobility. They are the biggest one in the world in terms of rugged devices, and the same thing, mobile printer as well. Because keep in mind, the smartphone is a wonderful platform. You can do everything that the web does, but you can do so much more. It's built for communications. It's built for two-way communication. It's not just one way like the web. You can capture locations. You can capture barcodes. You can capture pictures. You can capture payments. There are so many more things that you can do and that you can add to the platform. The important thing also, specifically for deployments, it's a very easy to use platform. Everybody is familiar with smartphones. 10 years ago, I left my house. The question was, where is my wallet? Nowadays, I leave my house, where's my phone? So the beauty of it, it's a platform that is always with you and it's always on. So it's very intuitive for the employees in the field to manipulate. And that's something we spend a lot of time. You will see as a software, we really have spent a lot of time to make it simple to learn, simple to use. Our customers, their employees are not in the field to use MobiWork. They're in the field to do their job. So they need a tool that helps them be efficient and that is very fast and responsive. Not only are you bringing you paperless, but we're bringing a lot more capabilities. and I will cover it as part of the demonstration and in terms of the capability. At this stage, I just want you to remember the web-based platform for the employees in the office. Those are typically the people that are in charge of planning, scheduling, and dispatching. For instance, I have 50 employees and I have 500 customers to see next month. How do I organize their day-to-day jobs so that it's efficient and optimized? So that's a planning, that's a scheduling and dispatching. We will see we have different capabilities depending upon the situation, because sometimes it's an emergency. If you're an air conditioning company in the middle of the summer, you're going to be called if the air conditioning is not working and you need to come in fast. But think of a plumber. If there's a water leak, you need to be able to send somebody very quickly. So with MobiWork, we will have specialized scheduling and dispatching to show you who is the closest employee. If you have the time, it's all about efficiencies. If it's just, for instance, a simple maintenance call or a simple inspection or just a sales call to provide an estimate or a quote. We know the calendar of all the employees. We will tell you, you know what, this job, it's better if Michel does it next week on Wednesday, as opposed to Hervé tomorrow. Why? Because Michel next week is only going to be a kilometer away from that customer. So you will see scheduling and planning and route optimization are very important because they are a huge amount of gains for an organization. Last but not least, we have native applications because we have access to everything. So we bring in additional capabilities compared to the web. Our native applications are also optimized. Easy to learn, easy to use, having a fast and responsive application. Today, most companies have a web-based platform. And even if they don't, we can help them. But they do have a web-based platform. Web-based, traditional web-based platform like CRM or ERP system are wonderful for what they do, but they are not optimal for a usage in the field on a small screen like a smartphone. Their content is very rich. They do not take advantage of, let's say, location, barcode, or images. And that's where we complete the picture. We are here to complement an existing solution, for instance, a Sage 300, and we bring in new capabilities that are really specifically built for the mobile workforce and their specific needs. So that's our niche, that's our space, that's what we do day in, day out. That's our name, MobiWork. I mean, nobody comes to see us for a game or banking application. We really are specialized in that space, and we're solving problems for companies of all sizes in more than 50 countries to date. I will give you more numbers about MobiWork, but at the end of the day, I just want you to understand the technology, what we do, and who we do it for. Concept of customer portal, because there's a lot of information we exchange. One of the nice value add in this space is the concept of customer engagement. How many times have you had somebody coming to your house, for instance, to do a repair or whatever it is, and you're not sure when they're going to come? With MobiWork, you can have a reminder the day before when the technician is on site or is going to your site. We can send a text message or an email to let the customer know. Everybody's in the loop, everybody's prepared. It's a very nice value add for the customers. So customer satisfaction and engagements are very important as well. One important thing, not only are you paperless with MobiWork, but we also work offline. You don't have necessarily connectivity all the time. It's a B2B solution. If you're sending your technicians or your employees in the field to do a job, they need to be able to perform this job. So it has to work all the time. So MobiWork would work offline, which is not something you can do with the web. We will capture all the information, and as soon as we're back in network, we'll automatically push it back. And it's transparent for the end user. One important aspect when we talk about those solutions and when we say we provide a complete solution. So complete solution because we're taking care of everybody in the organization, office, employees in the field, and even the customer. It's also complete in the sense that we try to provide an end-to-end coverage. When you have a mobile workforce, you have very specific needs that you don't see on the web. And we're really tackling all those capabilities. We're really adding all the corresponding features that you would not see in a traditional system. for route planning and optimization, for instance, the navigation to get on site. So there's a lot of things that we are doing that are specific to that space. In terms of features, as Michel mentioned before, MobiWork is very rich in terms of the features, in terms of the configuration capabilities, because every single business is a little bit different. A small size company may not have too many requirements, but the larger enterprise will have specific requirements and need to be able to incorporate them in the platform. So with MobiWork, not only are we worldwide, but we also cover the small, mid-size, and the large enterprises. We literally have deployments with customers that have 2 users in the field, all the way to 5,000 users in the field for one company. It's really the whole spectrum, and we're able to address them with the same software solution. So there's a lot of features. I'm not going to showcase everything. I'm going to go into a demo shortly so that I can give you a visibility about how the technology works. And because it's interesting to see it live, it's very mature, and a few simple steps and you really understand what you can do with technology. It's very powerful. In terms of benefits, I want to cover it as well because it's crucial. Why would you contemplate doing such a solution or adding a solution? It's a B2B solution, number one. So increased productivity and cost savings. You will see not only do we streamline every single step of the operations, but we really bring in productivity gains and efficiencies all along. And cost savings, we're talking about route planning, optimization, advanced scheduling, both are very important. And they are multiplied. The thing when you have a mobile workforce, you may have 1 or 2 people in the office, you're going to have 20 in the field. 5 to 10 people in the office, you may have 50 to 100 in the field. 50 in the office, 5,000 in the field. My point is the gains are multiplied by the number of employees when you have a fleet. So if you save each employee in the field 30 minutes per day, it's multiplied by 10, 20, 50, and 100. So the gains in productivity and in costs are tremendous, and they really multiply by this effect. The other thing that you're getting with MobiWork, the concept of workflow automation, that is very important. Working in the field is not always easy. First, you have to get there, you're talking to a customer, if they have an issue, they might be upset, or you have to try to solve their problem. And on top of that, you don't have necessarily everything around you to be able to solve the problem. So working in the field is not easy, and it's very easy for people to get to lose track of the steps they need to follow. And with MobiWork, we really insist on the workflow automation because we make it extremely simple for the end users. When you have a fleet, it's very important that everybody does the same step at the same time. And this concept of one real-time visibility, because with this platform now, your employees goes in the field or your contractors, you get to see everything that's happening in real time. You don't have to call them. They don't have to call you. You know exactly what's happening. We really offload you from the mundane tasks. The whole concept is, you're here just in case there's something, an exception, that may require your attention, and that's it. The rest, the operations are performing the same way for everybody. So not only do we provide what we call rich data capture, because it's not just text anymore. You're going to see barcodes, you're going to see images, you're going to see signatures, you're going to see pictures, and that's part of a description of a job. But you're also going to get accurate data because we capture it in real time, but also we're making sure that everybody is capturing the same data at the same time. You will see with our workflow automation concept, we are asking them to follow simple steps, and they cannot go out of order. The beauty of this is everybody is following the same steps, so the data that you capture is the same for everybody. Now you can have access to metrics, you can have access to data, so that you can analyze how your fleet works. And typically in the fleet, you're going to have a top performer, you're going to have some people that are behind, and then the core of the fleet. So it's always the same concept when you have a group. You want to look at the top performer to see what they do so that everybody can emulate what they do. Same thing, the people that are behind, you need to give them more attention to help them catch up and follow up with the trend of everybody else. So being able to have accurate data that is consistent across the fleet is very important as well. Last but not least, we talked about this, improve customer engagement and satisfaction, and I will showcase it to you. Every single one of those benefits are crucial, but at the end of the day, the combination of the three of them makes it very, very appealing. At the end of the day, with MobiWork, we are a platform solution provider. That's what we do day in, day out. We keep on raising the bar every day. You will see our patent, which is some of the reference we've got. But at the end of the day, we provide turnkey solutions that are yet configurable, but we're going to get you faster to market with a fraction of the cost and with a superior solution, let's say, as opposed to trying to build something internally. With MobiWork, we'll go in terms of the cost and the licensing. There's no CapEx, it's a cloud-based solution. You can do on-premises if you really want to at an additional cost, but out of the gate, you can start to use the solution today in 5 minutes. You create an account and you're ready to use it. There's no contract with MobiWork. If we don't do a good job, you don't stay with us because we know we're going to bring you so much and so many capabilities, and we make it easy. Why wouldn't you try it? There's no engagement, there's no risks, there's no major investment being performed. This has the potential to really transform the way you work and operate. So that's the benefits to cover. The features, again, very rich feature set, already pre-configured for the vertical. In logistics, we may have some features that you will not see in field services. Same thing for field marketing. Configuration framework, so that we can come in here and modify the flows if you need it for a specific company. And we also have an open system. We have a concept of a connectors framework and APIs that can be used to interface with our solution. Think of the context of Sage 300. We have connectors that we have available, and we're able to basically use that information to integrate with the Sage 300 solution. And typically, those integrations are pretty nice in the sense that there's a natural flow. You may have a work order that you capture for a call center. It's being pushed to MobiWork. We take care of dispatching it to a right employee at the right time. Next Monday or next Wednesday, Michelle, going back to my previous example, Michelle, on Wednesday, we'll see that there's this work order that needs to be taken care of. It goes on site, capture all the information. We manage it in MobiWork, and we can push it to a backend system, including invoicing or sales order. All that information is going through. So it's a very nice integration because it's sequential and it follows the way your business operates. So at this stage, I'm going to stop and I'm going to go quickly into a high-level demonstration because, again, there are so many features in MobiWork. I'm not going to be able to cover everything, but keep in mind that we're going to cover everything that you would need as a business.
So, if I can interrupt for a second. If you could maximize your screen, that would probably make it a little easier for us.
Absolutely. Thank you for the feedback. Thank you.
Thanks.
No, you're very welcome. What about now? Is this better?
Yes, it is.
Very good. So on the left-hand side, you have the web-based platform. On the right-hand side, you have a live screen capture of my smartphone, so that you get to see what an employee in the field sees, the application on the right side, and on the left, what the office sees. Very quickly, you get dashboards, live dashboard. Remember, real-time transparency and visibility with live routes and road conditions. We can even have the weather if you need to. That's my location that was captured 6 seconds ago. For everybody else, this is where we're based, Boca Raton in Miami. We're just straight down from you guys, almost. Dashboards, all your key performance indicators. I don't want to make you waste time, but it's rich, it's updated in real time. When we talk about real-time visibility, you get to see it in action, transparency as well. Schedule, visualization of the schedule for all the employees today in real time. This is their path. We have 6 users. For each user, you've got the list of work orders that they need to take care of. Each color-coded based on the status of the work order. Green means it has been completed. This one is on site. This one is scheduled. This one is in transit. In one view, you see exactly what's happening for your entire fleet. You have a concept of sales search if you have a very large set of employees so that you can streamline the list. All of this is drag and drop. If a customer calls you and say, I need something, you can create a work order on the flow, on the fly. And I will show you some example. I don't want to waste too much time because there's so much to cover. That's the schedule that was created. We have a bunch of ways to create it. We can do route optimization to optimize a given route for a specific user. Let's talk about the employees in the field. Very simple. At the beginning of the day, what do? I download an app, I have a user ID and password, and here's the app. By default, it's configured here for a field service solution. So when we say easy to learn, easy to use, 4 buttons, no more. Very easy to select in all upper left corner, upper right corner, very easy to select. You can do things going back to workflow automation. This is what you want each of your employees to do at the beginning of the shift. Same thing at the end of the shift. Red or green, it's done or everything is okay, requires their attention. All of this can be configured. They don't necessarily need to do this. By default, we provide it to you because most companies do this. You may have to look at your vehicle before going out. You may have to pick up some items from the warehouse before going on site. And we manage all of this and we keep track of all the things that needs to be done. Next, what I'm assuming I'm a technician, so what are my jobs, my work orders that I need to perform today? Very simple, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We keep it extremely simple in MobiWork. Remember, we have to learn, we have to use this a lot. It has to be very simplistic for them. They are good at what they do, they're not necessarily technically savvy. So we keep it very simple and we spend a lot of time to do this. In MobiWork, you have different types of work orders. In the field service space, we have a concept of a very simple work order for companies that don't have too many steps. And then we have specialized work order for, let's say, a maintenance or for an installation, for repair, or it could be a sales customer visit as well. Each work order tabs allows you to configure what needs to be done on site, and you can define it for your entire fleet. When we talk about workflow automation, that's a concept in MobiWork. Again, very simple. These are the steps you need to follow. If I click here on the invoice, the app tells me you can do this because you haven't done the first step. So that's the workflow automation in action. Very simple. These are the steps I need to follow. First, that's the job. I'm taking care of it. I'm going there. I'm in transit. It becomes green. With one tap on the device on our side, on the back end, we're able to, of course, update the status. We can do time tracking if you want to keep track of the time of your employees on site, on the road, and during the day. Last but not least, we can now send an email or text message to the customer to say, hey, Hervé is on his way. You're next on the list. Get ready, more or less. You can even send a picture of Hervé, a little bio to give more details. It's a level of customer engagement that is unparalleled compared to today. And you can go that route. You don't have to turn it on yet. You can go and do it in a few months, but you have those capabilities happening to you. Turn-by-turn navigation. I do one tap. We launch the navigation system from my location to the actual target, and it tells me different routes to get there. It tells me an ETA. It tells me if there's traffic. It tells me even if there's a police stop somewhere to measure things. So we really, when we say end-to-end, you're starting to see it. We're trying to cover every single thing that they need. They're on site. Okay, now we know they're working on it. They're troubleshooting, talking to a customer. Once they're done, we have a concept of mobile forms. All those forms can be configured from A to Z. All those fields can be multiple. Here, I'm going to take a picture. Again, it's a smartphone. You can do so much more. You can capture a picture on the site. So it could be picture before, picture after. Regardless, you can really document the job that is being performed for the customer along the way. And you can do that very easily. But the whole concept behind it. You can also capture a signature if you want to. Think of, this is the work I want to perform today. Customer, do you agree? Or is the work being completed? Customer, do you agree? Yes or no? It could be also when you pick up item from a warehouse. Here, I'm going to click on save because I want you to see how fast, boom, the form has been already saved. If I go on the corresponding work order here on the web-based platform, what do you see? You see the corresponding form. I don't want to spend too much time, but I want you to remember the key points. You see it's simple to use. It's straightforward in terms of flows to follow. And you see the richness of the platform. It's fast. I took a picture with a Note device. The picture is fair and available. I've got the signature. We capture automatically the timestamp at which this form was submitted. Last but not least, we also capture the location where this form was captured. So being transparent, both to your employees, to your customers, you're really capturing very rich information where you remove the unknown, remove the ambiguity. You can say you did this or you did not. It's documented, it's clearly spelled out. There's no room for ambiguity. And it's extremely fast. We make it fast because it's all about fast for the employees in the office, in the field. But for a customer, it might not be the nicest looking layout. This layout that we have here works very well for a device. Think of smaller screen, you don't have that much room. We have a concept of PDF renderer, which allows us to send this form in a PDF document that we can attach to an email. So this can go very far. I will show you some example after. I can do it right away real quick. Can give you some example of some advanced renderer that we have done, for instance. So this will be a generic one, for instance. Going back to picture before, picture after. So you see it's paperless, but on top of that, we're incorporating the multimedia content. We can incorporate the signature, the timestamp, even the map. We can even embed the map in this. And that could be something like a PDF that we could push to Sage, for instance, or to a backend system. So, and it can go very, very advanced. It's completely configurable for customers if they want to. So here, in a nutshell, you've seen how the technology works, how quickly it interoperates between the various elements. I just showcased invoicing because it's important. Even if you don't want to capture the payments or send the invoice from the feed, you do want to have your technician to really capture while they're on site all the items they are used. So there's a concept of products catalog, there's price, you can do rebate if you want to. These are the parts that I've used. I can convert them into assets if you want to in MobiWork. Here's the service that I've done. It was an hourly rate and I spent 1 hour, that's fine. I click on save. These are my line items for the invoice. If you want your technicians to capture the payment in the field, you can do it also in MobiWork. Here we do checkout. I'm done with my invoice. Same thing. We convert it to a very nice looking PDF so that it looks good. You can capture a signature from the customer. You can even capture payments. And if we do a payment processor, you can even capture credit card payment right there in the field. All of this is optional. You can turn it on or off. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, you're working and you're ready to work with those technology either now or in the future as well, being able to do this. Real-time visibility, if I go to the invoice here, we'll click, you will see it on the web-based platform right away with all the corresponding line items. We have the concept of a rules engine to do workflow automation in the backend. So if an invoice is submitted from the field, we can automatically send an email to the person in charge of reviewing the invoice and process it. Vice versa, we can take this invoice and push it directly to Sage or under the approval of somebody. So those concepts are important. Again, there's a lot of capabilities in MobiWork. We're talking about asset management as well, all your assets, multiple warehouses, inventory, scheduling, being able to see everything that happens, not just for a customer, but also for some equipment as well. Schedule, again, a lot of capabilities for dispatching, depending on the need. Could be a simple, I get a call, I create a new work order, is the type, is a sales. With the customer, we have a full CRM database. It's already there, you don't need to create it. Now, I'm gonna do a cancel here. If I go to my work orders, I don't know if you heard, but my device made a noise. It also vibrated. And if you look at the top, I've got a push notification telling me that a new job has been assigned to me. Same thing, it's real life. They are busy, they're doing something, they might be driving, the phone is in the pocket or is on top of the table, but they're accessing underneath the sink. We're here to help them and remind them. And it is the new job that is right there. So, but all the capabilities, there's so much more in MobiWork, but I wanted to give you a real live demo of how it works, how simple it is. The set of capabilities is very rich. We haven't covered the notification because same thing, the tool is there to help you automate things. So we're here to help you with reminders, with alarms. You don't have to really deal with the mundane tasks with MobiWork. We really take care of it. Last but not least, the analytics, very important. We have a ton of dashboards to help you run your business better, get some visibility. We also have reports, a lot of reports that can be sent automatically. And whatever we can exploit for you, like last known location for your employees, where they are, where they've been, and the configuration capabilities as well. At this stage, just want to briefly talk about and recap. I know we're going to have the question and answers almost now. Resources and references, I want you to look at it. We have a lot of case studies in all those different spaces. We've processed over 14 million work orders. We are 5.0 rating, 4.8 on Android, Zebra Global Premier ISV, 5/10. We have 20,000 users that have been deployed. Feel free to exploit our case studies. There's quite a few. Those are real businesses with real results. Same thing for our customers. We have from big names to smaller names, property management. We do a lot in that space. Licensing software as a service based on the number of users, and it goes down based on the volume. So we really make it inexpensive for a company, and you have free 14 days trial. In the field for sales, and I stop right here, you can do quotes, you can do estimates, you can do sales order that you can place in the field as well, depending on the profile. Michel, at this stage, I think it might be a good point to stop. I don't know if we have received questions from the team or.
Yeah, it's a very good overview. Thank you.
Thank you.
A couple of questions. I think they might have been answered already, but let's try them anyway. What happens if I'm in the field, and I'm offline? I can't connect to Wi-Fi somewhere.
Perfect. And it's a very good question, because you'll be surprised, it happens a lot. So in MobiWork, what will happen? We will not get the latest update. If somebody creates a new work order, it's being pushed to the schedule. If the employee has no connectivity, it's not going to be notified. However, the employee will always have access to the list of jobs that he's supposed to take care of, and is going to be able to do every single one of the steps that I just described. We work entirely offline. Once we detect that the cellular network is back, or the Wi-Fi, we will push automatically the information that we have stored. And let me be very specific, because not many people do this, and it's very important for your business. It's crucial. You see here, we have on the status, we will tell you these are the information we have stored locally, and they are not being pushed. If we have to have more time, I will showcase it to you. I will do exactly what I did before, and then you will see, oh, guess what? There's a form here being stored. There's an invoice that is being stored. And as soon as I go back in network, it will push it. We also have a situation, the worst case scenario is you have a Wi-Fi or a cellular network, but the connection is on and off, and it takes a lot of time to time out. Think of a big building or where there's a lot of bouncing or blockage of the signals. So in MobiWork, you can literally say, I want to work offline. You see here this button, if I click it, now I'm in offline mode. I don't even try to communicate to the network. Some use cases we have in Zimbabwe, for instance, we have gold mine and another one which is a diamond mine. So they do a ton of asset inspection, equipment inspections. They literally go offline because they know they don't have capabilities to access. So there's no need to waste time. Once they're offline, they're able to work. They still have access to their work orders. You might see even the speed, boom, here's the information, and you can capture everything. So you literally can tell MobiWork, work offline. I don't want you to do anything. I don't want you to change. You see how fast it is. You become in transit, you become on site. It's extremely fast, even compared to before. And then as soon as you get offline, you can do it. So we support it, and we can also force the app to work offline.
You are running the hosted version right now? Because it does seem really fast.
It was because I went offline. So the app doesn't even try to communicate the update. The app stores it locally, and then it pushes it back. And that's why typically also you have in a daily checklist at the end, just make sure if you were to work offline, make sure you push the information.
Okay.
You see here, offline data when it could be pushed.
Couple more questions. Irina is asking, if I understand correctly, Irina, can it be used as a planner organizer between basically your home base and your cell? It
could, but I think here, to really benefit from the solution, it's really geared when you really have employees in the field on a regular basis. If you're just, let's say, telecommuting, and with COVID has changed everything, of course. But if you're just going to your house and then from in your house, you're going to work with a bigger screen and a large keyboard and a mouse. It's just easier for you as opposed to a small screen. So yes, it could be used, but I think in that case, you end up going to the web-based model instead of using the device. You can do it for sure, but we really build it for people that are really in the field. A lot of the features might not be helpful to you, but going back to time tracking, going back to documenting forms, going back to tasks management that we do in MobiWork, you can do that in MobiWork as well, and that's very valuable too.
Okay. If that doesn't answer the question, Irina, please let me know. Francois is asking, when creating a new job, is it possible to import or have access in real time to customers' sites that are already present in Sage? So it's a customer shipping address in their case.
Absolutely. So if I had a work order here, you see here, I can do a star and it tells me the list of all the customers that are in the system. If it's a brand new customer, you can add it. But basically, to your point, we will get from Sage, in my case, the list of all the customers. And for each customer, the list of locations, because we support multiple locations per customer. And it can be done, you see here now we can move on to the add and dispatch. And at dispatch, these are the options I was telling you, multiple user based on the current location, based on who is going to be there, or the skills. So you can do that. And in MobiWork, we can do a connector for integration, or you can do simple bulk provisioning through Excel, import or export. So for instance, here I can do export to Excel. We export the entire customer database. It's your database in MobiWork is open. You can extract at any given time all of your content and all of your information. And you can even modify it in here. If I change the phone number here, why not? Assuming it's a valid. I save it. Sorry, it's an Excel document. Sorry, I'm maybe going fast. I don't want to take too much time for everybody, but you see all the information is here available in Excel, and you can use it to actually update the information in the system. If you do not want to do it one by one, you can do this at that time. So here, if I take a customer, for instance, assuming I found the file, this MobiWork. It's this. No, custom list. Here it is. That is today. So what MobiWork does, it compares the Excel file with your database. It will let you know if there's any differences. You see here, there's only one change. Give you the details. So here's the previous value, is the new value. It's important. It's your customer. It could be your parts, because we do this for every single entity. So, and here I click on submit. You can do a bunch of changes in one shot. Think of your parts catalog, the items that you are selling and your services. You have a concept of shopping cart in MobiWork, but you can do the same thing. You can update it. We support multiple price lists as well. Michel, go ahead. I don't want to go too fast for everybody. I have time on my side. I just don't want to block everybody else. So I'm just very respectful of your time. I really appreciate it.
That answered the question. Two quick ones. Any specific devices in the field that need to be used, or is it pretty open?
Very open. Any Android on the market we support, any Apple on the market we support, and we have specific extension for some rugged devices. So we work with Datalogic, Zebra. We've done it all. I think we have so many devices that we've worked with. So no specific requirements. It's on your use case, and we can help you. We don't sell hardware. But have a good devices based on your use case.
The last question would be, is there a smallest number of users that would justify a MobiWork solution? In other words, you have to be at least that many employees, kind of thing. 2. We have deployments with 2 users. We have deployments with 1 user, but they don't do planning. Actually, it was interesting. It was similar to the question from Athena, I think, where you can use it for yourself to organize your tasks and your own schedule. So we had 1 user at one point. The smallest to date is 2 users. So there's no minimum size. New question just came in. Lisa would like to know if, since I'm tracking the time of the employee in the field, could I feed that information to the payroll?
That would be something we'll have to extend in the connector, but yes, it can be done. So, and the beauty of it, you see, we have a time tracking capabilities in MobiWork, and it's all, we keep track of everything. You see here the mobile user one, billable hours, 80 minutes, because we know it's billable, and you've got everything. From this time, for 1 minute, I was in transit. Here's the corresponding work order, but it was for this company as well. So we're on site, we're in transit on site. And at the end of the day, of course, we provide you summary and report. You have a total view. Same thing on the device.
The information is there. Of course, you could export it, which brings me to the last question I'll throw at you is, can you say a few words on the integration with Sage 300?
So with Sage 300, I have one Louis who is there, but basically what we do, we have these connector frameworks and those inbound and outbound APIs. And literally we have it documented. So what we do typically for system that we encounter a lot, we end up doing what we call a connector so that we prepackage it. We don't have to do it for specific implementation. So as part of a MobiWork account in the settings, you will see the concept of connectors. And here you can add a connector. So it can be very advanced, like let's say a QuickBooks connector. Let me showcase to you some of the integrated solutions we have. You know, it goes going back to the questions about the phones and the tablets, the printers, the sensors, the payments processing, the ERP and CRM. So we support, you know, a vast range of ERP and CRM and invoicing, MDM as well, and communication too. So here we have a connector for Sage 300. And we typically, what we do is we typically review the use case with you, because for some people it might be customer, for some people it might be invoicing. So we go over it with you and we have a Sage 300 connector. So it might cover your specific requirements, or it might need to be extended if you're missing some items, but we talk with you for your specific use case and we tell you what we have, and we typically absorb it or add it as part of a deployment if it's not there. And that's how we've grown all of our connectors along the way. So we have quite a few connectors already available. So these, you just add the connector and you're good to go. And I can expand if you want to in a separate meeting. I don't want to go too far and take too much time.
No, appreciate it. It sounds like you're very open to personalizing the interface and the way people are going to use the system, which is great.
Yes, and if that's a question, I mean, it's really deep. Why? Because we cover many different verticals. To give you an idea of configuration, if you look at the smartphone, we literally can on the fly, so you do it in one location, and you can literally modify the way the user interface look like. So here I take the messages and I make it at the second item. I click on save. And automatically my 5,000 users in the field, regardless of where they are, they're going to be updated with the latest. You see here the icons, messages. And that's how we're able to configure the solution for your specific needs. And we can do this for the data, the mobile forms, and the behavior as well.
Awesome. Thank you for that demonstration. Hopefully the attendees got some questions answered. Some of the things that I basically take out of this presentation, is for the technician on the road, it's simple. I open my phone in the morning. I know where my appointments are. I can get help getting there. It logs my time. It allows me to give feedback along the day when things don't go quite as planned and adjust my time frame by sending information back and forth with the home office. Helps fill my timesheet, get me customer information. I mean, makes it pretty easy for the person on the road, right?
That's absolutely correct, and that's very important. And we actually have a very interesting feedback. People love it. They don't feel like they're tracked. To the contrary, we're helping them because we tell them to do things in order. They cannot go wrong. How many times have you had an employee, I told you so many times, use this form, not this one. In that situation, do this. Now with MobiWork, you're telling them it's very easy for everybody to work at the same pace, so they love it. We also have some bells and whistles for the employees in the field, like security. If you're lone worker protection, we have a concept of watchdog. So they really actually embrace it because compared to paper, we're helping them so much. And it's fast. You've seen it. We don't waste time. It's super fast.
For sure. And for the home office, I mean, How better can it be visually to take a quick look at who's on the field, where are they going, what's their day going to be like, different colors, and adjust appointments on the go as client may call in and say, okay, I've had a change of plan, we got to reschedule. So very nice. I don't have to pick up the phone and say, are you there yet? Because I know instantly in real time, right?
Correct. And you become proactive as a result. You really, the mundane tasks are gone, you become proactive. Well, this guy is late. You see that's the current time with the red bar. It should be done. Why is he still on site? Should I be proactive and call the customer or send somebody else for the next job because he's not going to make it? So there's a lot of help we're providing along the way, in addition to your productivity gains, this real-time visibility, the transparency. Also, we talk about inventory management and knowing where parts are. We have it in MobiWork, and it's very clear who has them and who is doing what with the parts also.
Absolutely. I thank you so much for that presentation. I'm going to end up with this one slide so you can get more information by contacting either Will or myself at DNA. We'd be more than happy to continue conversation and involve Hervé as appropriate. So thank you for your time. This session is recorded, will be sent probably later today to the attendees. If you have any other questions, please feel free to send us an email and we'll respond to it offline. Again, thank you, everyone. Have a great day. And
see you on the next month.
Thank you.
Thank you again, Michel. Bye, everybody. Thank you. À bientôt. Au revoir.
Au revoir. Merci.
Merci.
Merci à vous. À bientôt. Bye bye.